Are you struggling to compare the schemas of two databases in Visual Studio 2017? You're not alone. Today, we're going to tackle this common issue and get you back on track. I understand how frustrating it can be when you need to compare database schemas, but the tools just don't seem to cooperate. Many users have faced similar challenges, and it's completely valid to feel stuck. Here's the situation we're addressing. One user asked, how can I compare the schemas of BenchmarkDB and BenchmarkDB Core Dev in Visual Studio 2017? They followed the steps to select the source and target databases, but nothing appeared in the drop-down menus. Sound familiar? Let's dive into this. So, what could be causing this issue? It might be related to connection settings, permissions, or even a glitch in the software. We'll explore these possibilities step by step. And stick around. I have a valuable tip at the end that could save you time and frustration in the future. To begin resolving the issue, the user should ensure that they have the correct permissions to access both databases. This is crucial for the schema comparison to work properly. Next, the user should confirm that both databases are properly connected in Visual Studio. They can do this by checking the Server Explorer to see if both databases appear there. After confirming the connections, the user should try restarting Visual Studio. Sometimes, a simple restart can resolve issues with the interface not updating correctly. If the problem persists, the user should consider updating Visual Studio or checking for any available extensions that might enhance SQL Server functionality. Finally, if none of these steps work, the user may want to consult the Visual Studio documentation or community forums for additional troubleshooting tips. Fun fact, did you know that the first database management systems were created in the 1960s? We've come a long way since then, but some issues still persist. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution comes from a user who faced a similar issue. They discovered that their problem arose after migrating their database from SQL Server on Windows to SQL Server on a Linux container. To resolve the issue, they took two key steps. First, they updated Visual Studio using the built-in updater. Second, they updated the SQL Server Development Tools add-on to a preview version that supports SQL Server on Linux. After these updates, they were able to successfully select the database and perform schema comparisons as before. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. An alternative solution from another user suggests checking the version of SQL Management Studio you are using. They experienced the same issue with Visual Studio 2017 and SQL Management Studio version 18.6. After trying various solutions without success, they found that reverting to SQL Management Studio version 17.9.1 resolved the problem. Here's the tip I promised. Regularly update your Visual Studio and SQL Server to the latest versions. This can help prevent many issues before they even arise. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to compare your database schemas successfully. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more troubleshooting tips, and remember to keep your software updated.